Hi, future CPAs and FR lovers. For today, we will discuss our second subtopic of partnership accounting, that is partnership operation. So once again, no, alam naman natin na yung partnership accounting ay isa sa bigatin dahil 10 items yan sa TOS natin and kasama dun sa 10 items yung partnership operation. So andito siya sa part na ito, no? Okay, as to yung exact number of questions for partnership operation, we are not sure, okay? Kasi pinagsama-sama dito yung operation resolution, no? Okay, kaya regardless kung ano yung saktong number of items that will be asked in the CPA board examination, i-discuss natin, okay? Yung mga kailangan natin malaman at ang minimum, okay? And susobrahan pa natin yung discussion natin, no? Okay, dito sa partnership operation. Ayan. And of course, as to yung bits and pieces that we need, so same pa rin po, no? Okay, kaya lang, yung gusto ko lang i-highlight dito is unang-una dito sa mathematics, no? Okay, so syempre, ang partnership operation, ang daming computation yan. Very procedural, kaya yung malamang, isang kakailanganin mo dyan, basic math operation, PIMDAS, no? Okay? And of course, may college algebra na naman tayo. Ayan, kaya kung nakakalimot ka ng college algebra, na na-discuss nung high school as well as nung college, okay, you may have a refresher dun sa University of YouTube. Okay? Ayan. And mathematics of investment, especially sa computation ng interest, di ba? Principal times rate times time. And actually procedural as well as following instruction ang mga problems ng partnership operation. Kaya kasama po dyan talaga ang English comprehension. Okay? And sabi nga natin, equally important in learning yung topic natin na ito is yung diligence, di ba? Willingness to learn, right mental attitude in learning. Okay? So, at saka yung patience natin, no? So, diligence and patience, kailangan na kailangan, no? Okay, so, yung mga items doon sa handout natin, dinesign po natin yan as much as possible. It will incorporate maraming mga concepts, maraming mga scenarios. Okay? Kaya huwag kayong ma-overwhelm kung kunyari sa isang problem ay, bakit tatlo agad yung mga possible scenarios na nakalagay? Mga ganun, no? Okay? So, para maging efficient, tinry natin na medyo pagsamahin ng konti yung mga different mga items. Okay? And as to yung references and pronouncements, wala pa rin naman pong nagbago, no? Okay? So, as we have mentioned dun sa partnership formation, so ito pa rin ang gagamitin natin hanggang sa liquidation. Okay? And once again, doon sa mind map, kung gusto mo ng mind map, ito yung mind map natin sa buong partnership. Okay? And of course, natapos na natin sa formation. So, halos dito yung focus naman natin sa operation. No? So, distribution of P&L. Okay? Determination of profit or loss. Okay? So, may transactional capital maintenance given with or without error, income summary, mga ganyan. No? I-cover natin yan. Bonus interest salaries. Okay? Mga periodic adjustments. So, kung ano yung bowed set na yan, pag-usapan natin yan. Okay? Tapos yung mga other considerations po. No? Alright? So, let's now proceed dun sa learning objectives natin. Okay? So, we will, syempre, unang-una, determine the profits, partnership profits or loss. After natin determine yan, we will enumerate and account the items that affects the allocation of the partnership profits or losses among the partners. Okay? And of course, compute the share of a partner in the partnership profit or loss. So we will distribute and of course, compute the ending capital of each partner. Okay? And as I've shown kanina, so related siya no, dito sa mind map or concept map na gagamitin natin. So ngayon, okay, ano na ulit yung definition ng partnership and anong connect niya dito sa topic natin na ito? So syempre, yung gusto ko lang i-highlight dyan is yung naka-red. Anong sabi ng naka-red? Very good. Okay. So profits, di ba? With the intention of dividing the profits among themselves. So kanina, doon sa partnership formation, yung inalam natin is original capital. Ito yun, di ba? Sa partnership operation, ito yung focus natin ngayon. Okay? So kung nag-operate ka na, 'di ba? Naka-earn ka na ng profit, how do you distribute the profit? Kaya lang, syempre, yung objective talaga ng isang profit-oriented na business, kumita, magkaroon ng profit. Pero sir, para pag nalugi, hindi na natin ba i-distribute? Of course, we will also distribute that. Okay? And pagsamahin natin yan sa mga other changes, no? During the period sa capital, para malaman natin yung ending capital. Kaya sabi nga natin, okay, yung original capital ng formation, at tapos nag-operate ka, may mga changes, may mga profit, may mga losses. Okay, so yung isang gagawin mo dyan, you need to be able to compute the ending capital. Alright? So ngayon, puntahan natin yung una muna, no? Sir, paano ba yung determination of profit or loss? Actually, yung determination of profit or loss ay covered ng FAR AP ninyo. Ito, no? Okay? And gusto ko lang i-highlight and relate natin sa discussion natin. Okay? So, unang-una, no? Yung approach, meron tinatawag na transactional approach and capital maintenance approach. So, later on, we will take a look doon sa dalawang item na yan, no? And income summary, depende po kung may anong balance na yan. Okay, so in relation to your closing process ng basic accounting process natin, pag ang balance ng income summary during the closing of revenue and expenses, okay, ay debit, that is a net loss. Pag yung balance ng income summary naman during the closing of income or revenue and expense accounts, pag balance ay credit, net income po yan. Okay? And possible po na bigyan kayo ng net income na may corresponding errors. So, syempre, pag may income, may errors, kailangan i-correct yung mga income na yan as to yung effect ng errors. Okay? And yung huhugutin mo dito ay yung knowledge mo sa FAR AP kasi may topic kayo doon na correction of errors. No? Kaya lagi nating sinasabi, okay, na kung kung tayo yung masusunod, better no na mauna ng konti yung FAR AP bago yung FAR. Okay? Kasi maraming mga concepts ng FAR AP ang hihiramin po natin dito sa topic natin na Advanced Financial Accounting and Reporting. Okay? So ngayon, gusto kong balikan yung dalawang approach na to. Merong transactional, merong capital maintenance approach. So pag sinabing transactional approach, ito po yun. Okay? So na-encounter mo na to sa FAR, 'di ba? You will indicate the revenue, okay, cost of goods sold, gross profit, operating expense, profit before tax, tax, profit after tax. 'Di ba ganun lang siya, no? So possible bigyan ka ng trial balance dyan and syempre, yung trial balance, alamin mo kung unadjusted or adjusted. Pag adjusted, okay, diretsong compute na. Pero pag unadjusted, tingnan mo yung mga adjustment, okay, para ma-compute mo yung net income. And take note, okay, by default, no, pag silent yung problem natin, kung may mga nakita ka sa trial balance na bonus, interest, or salaries to partner, that is ignored. Okay? Bakit ignored, sir, in computing the net income? Bakit hindi natin sinasama sa operating expense? Kasi by default, ang bonus to partner, interest to partner, salaries to partner ay, ano po, okay, hindi expense, no? Parang kino-consider lang yan sa pagdi-distribute ng profit para ma-account natin lahat ng dinadala ng partner doon sa partnership. Okay? So, yun yung babantayan mo, no, sa transactional approach. Okay. Ngayon, doon naman sa capital maintenance approach, ganito yan, no? Okay, nasa FAR AP din ito. Sabi naman niya sa financial capital, if the capital at the end exceeds the capital at the beginning after excluding transaction with the owners, then of course, meron tayong profit. Okay? Or pag nilagay mo yan sa T account, ang capital, ang normal balance ay credit. So dito yung beginning balance, tumataas po yan dahil sa additional investment, nadadagdagan because of net income, okay? Nababawasan kung may binawi, 'di ba? Withdrawal or drawings, no? So yung withdrawal permanent, yung drawings temporary. We will discuss that more later on. And of course, nababawasan pag nalugi, okay? Net loss. And that would be your ending balance. And of course, always remember, the debit and the credit should be okay, balanced, no? Kasi magagalit sa atin yung father of double entry, si Luca Pacioli, or yung modern day father of double entry, si Sir Darrell, okay, no? Asuncion. Ayan, no? And basically, no, yung capital maintenance approach na yan, nakapattern lang din yan sa ano, di ba? Okay, basic accounting equation natin. Di ba? Na ano ba yung reason na tumataas yung capital? Okay, dahil sa income, dahil sa expense or losses, di ba? Ano pa? Dahil sa additional investment, dahil sa withdrawal. Okay? So, ganyan, no? Kaya kung kunyari, workback approach, dito ka nagsimula sa ending, gusto mong malaman yung income or loss, edi tatanggalin natin yung mga other items na nakakapagpabago dun sa capital. Right? Other than your income or loss. Okay? So, syempre, ito lang muna yung pag-uusapan natin ha. Hindi ko muna hahaluan ng OCI, no, para hindi kayo ma-overwhelm. Okay? Anyways, so bali ganito, no? T-accounts approach ng capital maintenance. Pero kung gusto mo ng table approach, ito lang yun. Okay? Sinusunod nito sa FAR 80. Capital at the end, less beginning, change, add back natin yung withdrawal and drawings, less investment, any difference is profit or loss. Okay? Ngayon, dun sa income summary, di ba sabi natin kanina, pag credit, income, net income. Pag debit, net loss. Okay, so ito naka-pattern ito sa basic accounting process na naman natin. Okay, nako, basic na naman, sir. Ito yung tunay na walang ka-challenge. Okay? And totally no-brainer kasi basic accounting eh. Di ba? Anyway, so closing of revenue and expense, okay? If credit balance yung income summary, may net income or profit. Sir, paano yun? Ito yung sample. Diba? Sa closing ng revenue and expense, yung normal balance ng revenue ay credit. So, to close, i-debit mo. Normal balance ng cost and expenses, debit. To close, i-credit mo. Okay? And then kung mapapansin mo, yung balancing figure is credit and that is 50. And sa totoo lang, yung journal entry na ito yung basis ng formula mo sa computation ng net income na sales less cost of goods sold less OPEX equals net income. And pag credit balance, yung income summary, saan? Sa closing ng revenue and expense, that is a net income or net profit. Or kung gusto mong subukan, okay, transactional approach, sales, 400, less cost of goods sold, 250, less OPEX, 100, equals net income, 50. Okay, nagigets ba yun? Kasi minsan yung ibang problem, sasabihin lang yung balance ng income summary. Araso? Okay? Pag the other way around, balance ay debit, yes, a net loss. Okay? So sample lang. So sales, 400 less cost of goods sold of 250 less OPEX of 180. The difference is a net loss of 30,000. Okay? Net loss of 30,000. So ganun, no? Okay. So yun Again, kaya hinighlight ko to closing of revenue and expense. Ngayon, pag may errors naman, sabi ko nga kanina, okay, i-effect mo yung error based doon sa pinag-usapan niyo sa FAR 80 and marami kayong mga ganito, no? O mga SFP, balance sheet errors versus income statement or may mga combined, may counterbalancing ng counterbalancing. Apply mo yung alam mo doon na prior or current period errors. Okay? Sige. Ayan, no? So, yun po yung sa una, no? Yung determination of net income or net loss. Okay, so tingnan natin yung sagot ninyo dito sa question number 1. And the question is partnership net income. So, apply lang natin. So, anong meron dito? Based sa mga given, parang transactional approach. Tama? Transactional approach. So, anong gagawin natin dito? So, for question number 1, so you will simply actually, mag-subtract ka lang, no? So, kahit hindi natin isulat, pwedeng i-diretso mo sa calculator mo. But anyway, so 1,700,000 less cost of goods sold. Okay? So, that is 600. Kung gusto mo ng solutions in good form, pwede nating i-compute yung gross profit. Ayan. So, para lang humaba yung solution mo, no? And of course, you have your OPEX. Okay. Operating expense, pero excluding salaries, interest, and bonus. Hindi sinabi kung anong klaseng, kung sino, kanino binayaran yan, no? Okay, so for the meantime, ilagay lang natin dito yung 400. Analyze natin sa baba, salary to partners, hindi po yan expense, as you have mentioned. Pag silent, hindi yan expense. Interest paid to banks, okay, kailangan natin idagdag yan, no? So, interest, kasama dapat yan. Kasi sabi kanina, OPEX excluding pa daw eh. Yung mga interest, salaries, and bonus to all, siguro payees, no? So in this case, legit expense yung interest paid to the bank. And of course, you have your withdrawals, that is not an expense, okay? And of course, bonus to employees, of course, this is a legit, okay, partnership expense. So again, pag magko-compute ka lang ng net income, yung hindi natin sinasama sa expense, okay, pag silent, ang problem ay bonus, interest, and salaries to partners. Very good. And this would be your partnership net income. That is 550. Okay? Tama ba? So, paki-double check kung tama. Kasi kung tama, ay pwede na tayong mag-proceed dun sa mga next concept. Okay, sige. 1 less 400 less 20 less 130. Tama, 550. And the answer in number 1 is bravo. Okay? So, answer is bravo. Right? So, that ends our discussion sa number 1. So ngayon, ito yung pinaka-main accounting issue talaga natin. No? Kasi yung determination of net income or net loss, nasa FAR 80 talaga. Okay? Parang hinighlight ko lang dito sa FAR. Ayan, no? Kasi kailangan natin. Okay? Ngayon, ito yung pinaka-main talaga natin. No? Yung talagang sa atin talaga. Okay? So, unang-una, you have your allocation of profit or loss. Kasi nga, nag-operate, kumita, paano yung distribution ng kinita or yung lugi? Okay? And of course, periodic adjustment of capital, or in other words, this is the determination of the ending capital balance. So, ayan, no? So, mag-distribute ng profit or loss. Ano yung isa? Mag-compute ng ending capital balance. So, ngayon, how do you allocate? How do you distribute the profit or the loss? So, syempre, yung discussion natin would be based doon sa provision ng civil code, no? Okay, and sabi ng civil code, if there is a profit, you will use profit sharing. Pag walang profit sharing, original capital ratio. Okay, so ito yung relevance ng topic mong partnership formation. Kung wala, baka equally po yan. Okay, so baka equally. Ayan, no? Tapos pag may loss sharing. Pag walang loss sharing, how profit is divided? Paano din divide ang profit? Profit sharing, original capital, and passively equal. Okay? Passively equal. Alright? So, ngayon, ito yung reference po natin. No? Article 1797 of the Civil Code. Sabi niya, the losses and profits shall be distributed in conformity with the agreement. O, ito yung profit ratio. O, yun yung agreed ratio. Okay? Or loss ratio. If only the share of each partner in the profit has been agreed upon, the share of each in the losses shall be in the same proportion. Kaya kung walang loss ratio, ano yung susunod pag may loss? Profit ratio. So, ganun siya, no? Okay? And then, in the absence of stipulation, the share of each partner in the profits and losses shall be in proportion to what he may have contributed, but the industrial partner shall not be liable for the losses. So, dito naman, dito papasok yung contributed. Yan yung original capital ratio. Okay? And as for the profits, the industrial partner shall receive such share as may be just and equitable. If besides his services, he has contributed capital, he also shall receive a share in the profits in proportion to his capital. So kung mapapansin natin dito, in-identify niya na may capitalist, merong industrial partner. So, if we will try to deep dive, no, dito sa items na ito, i-subclassify natin. So, sir, paano pag capitalist partner? O, ganito lang yon. Pag capitalist partner, based dun sa provision ng 1797, okay, pag with P&L ratio, and if there's a profit, obviously the P&L ratio, kadalasan kasi profit and loss pareho, kaya nga nakikita mo P&L ratio. Ganun yung nakikita natin kadalasan. Okay? So, syempre, kung P&L, yun yung gamitin mo for both profit and losses. Okay? Kaya lang, pag walang P&L ratio, ano yung susunod? Kasi 'di ba una pag may profit, ano yung unang susundin? Profit sharing. Pag walang P&L, edi original capital ratio. Okay? So ganyan, no? Sa losses naman, 'di ba? Sabi natin, loss sharing ratio. Okay? Kung walang loss sharing ratio, profit sharing ratio. Kung wala, edi talagang original capital ratio. Now, another scenario, pag with profit ratio pero walang loss ratio, anong gagamitin natin? With profit ratio, walang loss. In distributing the profit, obviously, profit ratio. Kasi may profit ratio nga eh. Diba? So, yung problema, pag loss. Pag loss at walang loss sharing ratio, anong susunod ulit? Loss sharing, susunod ay profit ratio. Araso? Okay. Pero pag walang profit ratio, walang loss ratio sa profits, okay, original capital ang ginagamit. Sa losses, okay, so with loss ratio pala, no? Sa losses, that should be loss ratio. Okay? So yung isipin mo lang, ganito, no? Yung pwedeng may hierarchy na kasama pareho yung profit or loss sharing ratio. So saan, sir, yung hierarchy na may kasama yung loss and profit sharing pag may loss? Unahin yung loss. Pag walang loss, saka profit. Okay? So, ganun siya, no? Kasi baka iniisip mo, sir, meron din bang instances na yung hierarchy ko is profit kung walang profit, loss kung wala original capital? Okay? So, meron po bang ganyan din na sequence? 'Di ba? Okay, profit sharing tapos loss sharing. Meron din kayang ganyan? Wala po. Okay? So, walang ganyan. Parang medyo malabo naman kasi na mag-agree kayo ng profit. Okay? So, mag-agree ng profit tapos walang loss, gano'n ba? No? Well, anyway, it's odd kasi no na magkaroon ng ganitong scenario, okay? At saka walang ganyan sa civil code natin. Okay? So basta tandaan mo, yung pwedeng may sequence na andun yung profit or loss is itong okay, loss and then loss sharing muna. Loss sharing muna. Okay? So tandaan mo lang yung ano no, yung sequence, 'di ba? LP. L L muna bago P. Di ba? Ganun siya. L bago P. Okay? Sige. So that's for your capitalist partner. Now, let's take a look naman, sir, what if industrial partner? So pag industrial partner, ganito yon. Okay? So pag with PNL, edi simple lang gamitin mo yung PNL ratio. Pero pag walang PNL ratio and merong profit, yung share ng industrial partner, anong sabi ng 1797? Just and equitable. Okay? Sa loss, exempted siya. Pero tanong, pwede bang liable yung, or pwede bang makishare si industrial partner sa loss? Pwede. Pwede silang mag-agree. So kung may agreement sila, gamitin yung loss sharing ratio niya. Pero kung walang agreement, hindi siya makikishare. Kasi nga, kawawa naman siya, nagtrabaho siya, napagod siya. 'Di ba? Siya yung nagdala, tapos nalugi pa sila. Doble yung lugi niya. Parang ganun, no? Okay, kaya siguro yun yung logic behind bakit sabi ng civil code natin, pag industrial partner at nalugi, kung walang agreement, exempted siya. Okay? Pero pag with profit ratio, walang loss ratio. So, syempre, you will use profit ratio to distribute the profit. But again, for industrial partner, okay, exempted siya sa loss kung walang pinag-usapan. Okay? And then, no profit ratio with loss ratio. So, wala yung profit pero may loss ratio. Okay, pagdating sa profit, ang industrial partner, just and equitable. Okay, sa losses naman, kung ano yung agreed na loss ratio. So, ganun siya, no? And, of course, meron yung isang concept na pinag-uusapan niyo dito, especially sa RFBT, na pactum leonina. Di ba? Pactum ngina. Ayun, hindi. Pactum leonina. Di ba? So, yan yung stipulation excluding one or more of the partners from sharing in the profits or loss. Generally, yung stipulation na yan is void. Di ba? Yung mag-stipulate ko na tatanggalin yung isang partner sa sharing ng profit. Kasi tamad niya. Okay? Void po yung ganun. So anyway, sir, what if capitalist industrial partner, pagsabay, capitalist and industrial? Well, pagsamahin mo lang. Magkano yung share niya being a capitalist partner, magkano yung share niya being an industrial partner. Okay? So, ganun, no? In-apply lang natin, sinamarize lang natin yung rule. So again, ito ay dinidiscuss din po sa RFBT. Okay? And then, grabe, no? May mga, what if silent? What if walang agreement? Ayan. Pero sa totoong buhay, okay? Kung walang agreement, for sure, wala ng partnership. Na-dissolve na yung partnership. Nag-aaway-away na yung mga yan. Nag-uupakan na yung mga yan. Nagpaparinigan na yan sa social media nila. Okay? So, ganun, no? Kasi, well, maraming mga businesses, yung mga dahilan kung bakit hindi maganda or kahit profitable sila is yung hatian. Di ba? So pag profit 'yan, ako gusto ng isang partner mag-share ng mas malaki. Pag lugi naman 'yan, ayaw niyang makihati. Gano'n 'no? So kung wala silang agreement, malamang mag-aaway-away sila, mawawala na yung partnership. But of course, for discussion purposes and what if meron talaga sa practice ng mga ganyan, ito po yung mga rules natin. Okay? So pakitandaan 'yun ha sa allocation ng profit or loss natin. So let's now check naman your answers dito sa number 2 and sa number 3 para ma-apply natin yung na-discuss natin. Okay, so for number 2, anong sabi? If the partnership agreement does not specify how income is to be allocated, profit should be allocated. Anong sagot? Profit ratio. Pag walang profit ratio, original capital ratio. Okay? So, delta, number 2. Okay? For number 3, so which of the following is incorrect? And sabi niya, Facebook, uy, number 1 na ano ninyo. Okay, kaaway ninyo. Ayan, sa pag-aaral. Ayan. And YouTube. So, form a partnership on January 1, 20x0. Okay? By contributing 800 and 1,200,000 respectively. So, anong tawag dito? Original capital. Sir, yung original capital, pwedeng yan din ba yung beginning capital? Yes. During the year of formation. Year of formation, ang original and beginning, yung beginning ay pareho sa original. However, sabi niya, as of January 1, 20x1, their partnership capital was 900 and 1,100,000 respectively. So ito naman, January 1, 20x1, beginning capital balance. However, hindi na siya pareho sa original. Okay, bakit? Nag-operate na. May mga changes na. May mga income na, may mga withdrawals, may mga drawings, etc. Okay? So, itong first paragraph, yung relevant sa atin, original capital ratio. And yung original capital ratio nila, pwede bang i-convert natin yan ng percentage? Kasi 800 is to 1,200,000. So, 800 plus 12 is 2 million. Tama ba? So, 800 divided by 2 million is 40% kay Facebook. And 1,200,000 divided by 2 million is 60% para kay YouTube. Okay? So, gets ba yun? Yan. No? So, application ng pag-convert into percentage. No? Okay? So, kayang-kaya niyo na yan. Ha? Ngayon, tingnan natin yung letter A, letter B, and letter C. Ano bang sabi? So, incorrect. So, pag ganyan, anong technique mo? Isa-isahin mo yung choices. Okay? So, for illustration purposes, gawin natin lahat ng choices. Okay? So, letter A. So, you have Facebook, YouTube. Anong sabi ng A? If the partners agree to divide profit equally in losses, 30-70. Okay? So, yun yung usapan. Pag profit equally. Kadalasan, profit, loss, pareho. Pero ito, profit equally, losses 30-70. Okay, the share of Facebook in the 400 profit. Okay, sige. So, yung unang gagawin natin, what if profit? Ayan, no? Okay, so this is total. So, dun sa first scenario, if there is a profit na 400, paano yung hatian? I-base natin saan? Sa profit sharing ratio. May profit sharing ratio ba? Yes, equally. Ilan sila? Dalawa? Dalawa, so 400 divided by 2. So, tig 200 po sila. Okay? Next. Anong sabi? While the share of YouTube, if there is a 400 loss, assuming naman loss, okay? So, lagyan natin ng open and close parenthesis, no? To indicate there is a loss. So, pag loss naman, ano yung gagawin natin sa A? Pag profit equally losses 30-70, hindi gamitin mo 30-70. So, 30%, 70%. So, this is 120. This is 280,000. And pakicheck nga kung tama yung letter A. Mukhang tama naman, no? So, 280 sa YouTube, tapos sa profit, okay, tig 200 sila. So, walang problema sa letter A. Next, for letter B scenario. So, letter B scenario, if there is no profit sharing, but the partners agree to divide losses 30-70, the share of Facebook in the 400 profit is 200, while the share of YouTube in the loss is 280. Okay, sige. Anong meron? Profit. O, sige, 400. So, pare-pareho lang naman ata to. Profit versus loss yung nasa choices natin. So, first scenario, walang profit pero losses 30-70. Okay? Sabi natin, hierarchy natin sa profit, profit sharing. Pag walang profit sharing, huwag kang gagamit ng loss sharing. Okay? So, huwag kang gagamit. So, kung walang profit sharing, original capital. And ano yung na-convert natin na original capital ratio kanina? Original capital ratio. 'Di ba kay Facebook, ilang percent na 'yon? 40%? Okay? And kay YouTube, that is 60%. Tama? Tama? Yes. Okay? Sige. So, bale, yung gagamitin ko dito, 40%, 60%. So, this is 240,000 and this is 200, okay, 40,000. Ayun. Sorry. 160,000 dito. Okay? So, that's for The first scenario. Paano sir pag loss? Ano bang case dito? Loss 30/70. Ayun, pag loss na 30/70, edi gamitin mo loss ratio. So maliwanag loss ratio is 30/70. So this is 120 and this is 280 for a total of 400. Okay, so tama ba yung B? Sabi niya, the share of Facebook in the profit is 2. Mali. Dapat 160. And the share of YouTube in the loss is 280. Tama yung loss. So yung nagpamali sa Bravo is yung ito. Okay? So dapat share niya sa profit ay 160. No? Kaya ilagay ko agad dito, Bravo. Incorrect yung hanap. Pero, for discussion purposes, kumpletuhin natin hanggang letter D. Okay? So dun sa letter D, if there is no agreed profit or loss sharing ratio, the share of Facebook is 160. Kung walang agreed profit or loss sharing, again, anong gagamitin natin? Walang profit sharing, isusunod natin original capital ratio. Okay? So this is 160, this is 240. Kunyari lang. Scenario naman natin, what if loss, sir? What if loss? Loss sharing. May loss sharing ba? Wala. Profit sharing? Wala pa rin. So, anong next na gagamitin mo? Okay, original capital ratio. Yan. Kaya ito ay, syempre, lagyan natin ng open and close to indicate that that is a loss, no? So, ganun. So, tama yung C. Okay, 160 kasi yung share sa profit. Okay? And of course, last scenario, if there is no loss sharing but the partners agree to divide the profits equally, so obviously, for profits equally, yan. Okay, so this is 200,000. This is 200,000. Sir, anong ilalagay ko pag equally? Ikaw bahala. Pwedeng kung dalawa sila, 50-50%. Okay? And then the share of Facebook in the profit is 200. O paano pag may loss naman na 400? Okay, anong gagawin ulit natin pag loss? Loss sharing ratio. May loss sharing ba? Wala. Next, may profit sharing ratio ba? Uy, meron. Kung meron, okay, equally. So this is 200. This is also 200 pero may negative sign to indicate that that is a loss. Okay? So hence, confirmed, our answer is Bravo. Alright? So that's the simple application ng rules natin about yung distribution of profit or loss na wala pang mga kasamang bonus, interest, and salary. So step by step lang tayo ha. Okay? Now, let's continue our discussion sa allocation of profit or loss. No? So kanina, yung pinag-usapan lang natin is straightforward lang na ito yung net income, hatiin na natin. Ito yung net loss, hatiin na natin. Okay? We used single ratio. However, in some instances, or actually hindi lang in some instances, kailangan pag-usapan lahat ng mga dinadala ng partners sa partnership. Kagaya na itong BIS. Sir, ano yung BIS na yan? Bonus interest salaries. Yung bonus interest salaries na yan, okay? So, syempre, in general, guideline muna natin, ang bonus ay given if there is a net income and the base is positive. We'll expound that later on. Ang interest naman is computed using your mathematics of investment. Yan yung PRT, principal times rate times time. Pagdating sa partnership, yung principal, pinapalitan natin ng capital. So, capital times rate times time. Okay? And as to yung salaries naman, pag-usapan natin yung entity versus proprietary theory. Yan, no? So, ganyan. Tapos may mga special profit sharing din. Sabi ko nga, ang daming scenario sa partnership operation. May mga order of priority or otherwise known as to the extent of earnings only. May mga minimum profit share, BIS, is regarded as an expense. Okay, different profit or loss sharing ratio. What if may mga taxes, sir? So, i-cover natin yon later on. Okay? So, for the meantime, let's focus our attention dito sa BIS. Yan. So, para walang magreklamo ng mga partner. Okay? Walang magreklamo, no? Baka kasi mamaya sasabihin ng isang partner, it's late in the evening. It's not wonderful tonight. Sabi niya, tumawag kay Tol, Senator Robin Padilla. Reklamo ko nga itong mga partners na kasama ko. Bakit laging ako yung nagtatrabaho pero maliit lang yung share ko? Araw-araw naman nagtatrabaho ako para sa partnership. Bakit ito lang yung share ko? Yan. So, malamang yung dinidemand niyan ay salaries. Okay? So, malamang ganun yun, no? Salaries. Kasi ano yung salaries? It is given as a compensation for services. Okay? So, in Tagalog, ang services ay aliw, no? Hindi serbisyo, no? Aliw. Yan, no? So, yung mga partners na nagbibigay ng aliw sa partnership, no? Services, nagtrabaho. Okay? And obviously, ang salaries, in general, ay time proportion yan. Time proportion. Di ba? So, other term ng time proportion, fractional year. Eh kung binigyan ka ng sahod na kunyari lang, 30,000 a month, okay? Eh ilang month ka nagtrabaho sa isang taon. So kung 30,000 times 12 months, edi 360,000. Kung 30,000 per month yan, okay? Tapos 10 ka lang nagtrabaho, edi 30,000 times 10 months. Ganun lang siya, no? So sa pag-compute ng total salaries, ibig sabihin nun, we need to check ano ba yung distribution ng salary. Is it weekly, monthly, annually, ibibigyan sa problem, tapos tingnan mo ilang months, ilang weeks, ilang days, okay, nagtrabaho. Alright? And there are theories, no? There are two theories related to these salaries. So meron kayong proprietary theory. Again, this is not new because you have discussed this in your FAR. Yan. Proprietary theory. Okay? And you have your entity theory. So syempre sa proprietary theory, okay, so yung salaries na binigay natin sa partner ay hindi siya expense. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Eh kasi nga, si partner, siya yung owner doon sa business. 'Di ba? Kaya pag kumuha siya ng parang sahod niya doon, parang distribution lang yan ng profit sa kanya. Hindi po yan expense. 'Di ba? Pero yung entity theory naman, na alam natin, ang ibig sabihin ng entity theory ay hiwalay yung owner sa business. Kaya pag binayaran ng business yung owner, anong tawag doon kay business? Expense yan. Kasi hiwalay nga yung owner at saka yung business. Di ba? That's your entity theory. Okay? Or yung ibig sabihin ng entity theory, yung nga talaga, hiwalay yung owner sa business. Okay? O para dagdagan natin, pag namatay yung business, hindi ibig sabihin mamamatay yung owner. Yung ganun ang entity theory. Yan, no? Okay? Pag namatay yung owner, hindi ibig sabihin mamamatay ang business. Ganun ang entity. Hiwalay sila. Okay? So, kung hiwalay sila at may transactions yung dalawa, eh syempre, i-account lang natin na as if, okay, ibang tao yung kausap niya. So, ganun, no? Kaya lang, pag silent ang problem natin, as we have introduced kanina, dito tayo. Nagbibigay tayo ng salary sa mga partners. Take note, yung pinag-usapan natin dito, partners, no? Bibigay tayo ng salary sa mga partners. Bakit? Para ma-consider natin lahat ng dinadala ng mga partners sa partnership. Kagaya nito, salaries. Nagbigay siya ng serbisyo. Okay? Para sa partnership. Alright? So, ngayon, yung normal na issue dito is, ano kaya pag silent ang problem natin in terms of salaries? Kasi yung iba sasabihin, weekly salary, annual salary, di ba? Monthly salary, ganyan, no? So, what if, okay, may binigay sa yung scenario, kunyari na lang, okay, 10,000. Kunyari ganyan. Pag silent, what's 10,000? Annual, monthly, weekly, or what? Okay. So, application na to kasi minsan sa ibang problem, may silent. Pag binigyan ka ng 10,000, ano yan? Gusto mo ba ng sahod na annual? 10,000? No. 10,000 lang, sir. Monthly gusto mo? Sahod 10,000 monthly? Parang ayoko, sir. Weekly, 10,000 weekly. 40,000 a month. Parang ayoko rin, sir. 10,000 daily. Ayaw pa rin. Hourly. Ayaw pa rin. Grabe naman. Minutely. Millisecondly. Ganun. Okay. Power. Yan. No? Kaya lang, pag ganyan na ibibase mo sa gusto mong sahod, naku, magkakagulo tayo. Magkakagulo kayo ng mga classmates mo kasi magkakaiba kayo ng gusto. 'Di ba? Ako, sapat na sa akin 10,000 per hour. Ay, sorry. Siguro kahit na per week. 'Di ba? Okay na 'yan. Okay? Kaya lang, yung iba kulang nila 10,000 per week. So, magkakagulo tayo kasi magkakaiba tayo ng assumption. Okay? Kaya yung safest thing na gawin mo pag silent yan is i-relate natin sa given sa problem. Okay? Kaya ako sinabing hindi pwedeng gamitin yung gusto mong sahod. Minsan din kasi may mga problems na kinopya lang sa US. Okay? Yung possible na kinopya yan, dollar, no? Pagdating dito, pinalitan ng 10,000. Kung sana tinranslate pa yan, kinonvert ko na 50 pesos, 55, mga 550,000 yan. Di ba? Okay, pwede mong sabihin na annual yan. Pero pag based dun sa pinalitan lang ng peso sign, parang maliit. Parang ganyan, no? Okay? Kaya, yun yung problem kasi, no? Tayong mga Pinoy, hindi naman tayo kano, pero mahilig tayong mangopya ng mga problems sa US. Okay? Kaya yung safest na gagawin natin dyan, yung safest na gagawin mo, i-relate mo. Okay? I-relate natin sa given sa problem. Alright. So, ilagay ko dito Mag-note na lang ako dito. If silent, okay, i-relate natin. Relate with other given. Paano yun, sir? Pag may nakita kang sahod na 10,000, tingnan mo yung mga capital. Kung yung capital balance doon ay mga 100,000 lang, kaya-kaya ng 100,000 na magbigay ng 10,000 salary per month. 10,000 times 12, 120 agad yun. Yung capital lang nila, 100. Di ubos na agad yung capital. So, ganun siya, no? Yun yung tinatawag natin na analytical procedures sa auditing theory or theory on auditing and attestation. Okay? So, logical or plausible relationship, mukhang kung 10,000 ang binigay na sahod, yung capital lang is mga 100, okay? Logically speaking, ay baka yung 10,000 annual yan. So, ganun siya, no? I-relate mo sa other given. Okay? And kadalasan, yung mga problems natin, yung na-observe natin, ay pag silent yan, okay? Annual or monthly. Walang weekly, walang daily. Walang ganun, ha? Okay? Annual or monthly. So, kadalasan sa mga problems natin. Sir, bakit ganun? Okay? So, syempre, yun yung na-observe natin sa maraming problems. No? Kaya, gagawin natin pag silent, i-relate natin sa other given, ano pa, either annual or monthly po yan. Okay? Kailang baka sabihin mo, sir, paano yun? Okay? Yung ano kasi, yung jowa ko, inaabangan ko semi-monthly yung sahod. Yung requirement ng DOLE kasi semi-monthly. Siyempre, ibang usapan po yun, no? Okay, ito kasi mga problems natin, hindi natin alam kung anong iniisip ng mga authors or pwedeng ganun yung practice sa ibang bansa or yun yung practice, no? Nung kinopya yung mga problem na yan, maybe long, long time ago. Kaya, okay, I have encountered a lot of problems na pag talagang totally silent, okay, either i-assess mo lang kung annual or monthly yan. Okay? So, ganun siya ha. So, pag silent lang po yun. Siyempre, may mga ibang problem na mababait sasabihin sa'yo. Okay? So, okay na ba tayo sa salaries? Binibigay sa services. Okay? And then, siyempre, sa bonus naman, this is given as compensation for good performance. No? Di ba? Pag magbibigay ka ng bonus, good news. Okay? And siyempre, ang bonus ay additional. Ano normally yung binibigyan ng bonus? Yung maganda, yung performance. Diba? Kaya dapat good performance. And alam naman natin na ang performance ay pwedeng i-base sa financial or non-financial measure. And sa katunayan, sa MS niyo, ayan, hiram tayo sa MS, sa balance scorecard ninyo, merong 4. Okay? 4 na pwedeng gamitin. Scorecard na performance measure. Okay? Merong financial doon. Actually, yung isa, financial. Yung 3 ay non-financial. Yung 3 doon is learning and growth, internal business process, and customer. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali. No? Okay. So, ganyan, no? And, syempre, doon sa non-financial na yun, doon sa 3 yun, sa financial, sa non-financial, ang dami pong pwedeng basis niyan. Pwedeng ROI, return on sales, EVA, RI, di ba? Zero customer complaints, etc. Ang daming pwedeng pagbasihan. Kaya lang, kadalasan, ang ginagamit natin sa problem solving, kasi mga accountants na tayo, okay, ay yung bottom line. Financial measure, which is the net income. Okay? Kaya kadalasan yung ginagamit natin is ito, no? Net income and the base is positive. Net income and the base is positive. Para mabigyan tayo ng positive bonus. Basta tandaan mo, there is no such thing as negative bonus. Okay? Pag sinabing bonus, masaya tayo, hindi yung malungkot. Okay? Parang kunyari, sasabihin ni BOA sa inyo, uy, good news, mga examinees, mga takers. May bonus kayo. -5 kayo lahat. Matutuwa ka ba? Hindi. Pag sinabing bonus, additional. Additional. Okay? So, pag ang bonus ay positive. Sir, hindi ko gets pa rin itong net income and the base is positive. Take note, sa mathematics, ang base ay dyan natin binibase yung isang bagay. Di ba? Literal. Pwedeng dyan mo dinidivide, pwedeng dyan natin minumultiply, or dyan tayo nagsisimula. Ganon sa mathematics, no? Kaya doon papasok na naman yung knowledge natin sa math. No? Sa bagay, alam mo magaling kayo sa math, kaya nga tayo nag-accountancy kasi magaling kayo sa math. Di ba? Okay, patunayan natin na magaling tayo sa math. So, ngayon, magbigay tayo ng illustration. Okay, para doon sa base of bonus. So, kunyari sabi, bonus to a partner is 10%. Palitan natin, no? Of net income after the salaries and interest. Salaries total 1 million while interest total 2 million. So, kung ilalagay natin sa equation, the bonus is equal to 10% of net income after the salaries, after the interest. Substitute. Bonus is 10%. Scenario number 1, profit is 2 million. Okay? So, 2 million. Magkano yung salaries? 1 million. Magkano yung interest? 200,000 or 0.2 million. Okay, so magkano po yung bonus? The answer is, okay, o calculator, no? Kailangan natin. Yan. 2 less 1, although alam kong i-compute yan para lang sigurado, no? Okay, so 800 times 0.10, that is 80,000. Di ba? So ano yung lesson dito? Bonus is given if there is a net income. Check, net income. And the base of the bonus is positive. Okay, so asan yung base ng bonus dito? Ito, yung difference neto is 800, okay? And that is positive. So merong bonus ba? Yes, kasi una, may net income and yung base ng bonus, diyan i-multiply para malaman yung bonus is positive. So, okay, so ganun yung ibig sabihin niya. Now, dito naman sa number 2, so this is for number 1. Dito naman sa number 2, okay, 10% of net income na 1 million. 1 million minus salaries minus interest. Okay? Magkano ito? So, this is negative 20,000. But simply stated, actually, wala pong bonus. Okay? Wala pong bonus dito. Kasi nga, there is no such thing as negative bonus. Di ba? Ang meron lang is positive bonus. Okay? So, yan. Ayusin natin ng konti yung drawing. So, ganun yung point natin, no? So, sige. Check natin. May net income ba dito? Yes, meron. Pero may bonus ba? Wala. Bakit walang bonus? Kasi nga, yung base ng bonus, kung saan natin i-multiply yung bonus rate, this is actually 200,000 negative. Yun yung tinutukoy natin na, okay, kung yung bonus is based on income, okay, magbibigay lang tayo if the base of the bonus is positive. And take note, medyo may halong mathematics talaga ito. Ang daming scenarios ng bonus. Pwedeng sabihin sa'yo, 10% of income before salaries, after interest, before bonus. Pwedeng 10% of income after salaries, before bonus, before interest. Ang daming scenario. Pwede pang sabihin, 10% of net income after his salaries. Pwedeng isang partner lang yung tinutukoy. Okay, after total interest, but before the bonus. So, ang daming scenario, hindi ko pwedeng ilagay lahat ng scenario dito kasi ma-overwhelm kayo. Pero sabi ko sa inyo, one thing is for sure, you need to follow the instruction of the problem. Okay? So, kasama dyan yung following instruction ng problem. Araso? So, yun yung yun yung sinasabing income and the base of the bonus is positive. Dyan lang nagkakaroon ng bonus. Hopefully, maliwanag. Okay? Next, illustration number 2. At the start of the year, Sir Wency and Carlos Ulo, okay, kasi Ulo lang yung nakikita natin, no? Form a partnership crop top company. They agreed that Wency will be given 1 million bonus if he will wear crop top dress for 5 straight days. Currently, Sir Wednesday is enjoying wearing crop top for 364 straight days. So, isang araw na lang mag-iisang taon. Okay, 2 araw, mag-iisang taon pag leap year. Ayun, so compute the bonus of Sir Wednesday. Anong sagot mo? Grabe, 1 million. Okay? So, anong point naman natin sa illustration number 2? Bonus can be given based on non-financial measure. Of course, exaggerated lang ito. But, okay, the partners can agree anything under the sun na basis ng bonus. Okay? So, ganyan, no? Or di ba, yung parang kay Carlos Yulo, pag may mga Olympian na nanalo ng gold or medal, may mga bonus na binibigay from the government. Okay? So, ganun siya, no? Or actually, may mga ibang binibigay pa galing sa mga non-government sectors. So, yun ang isang illustration naman natin ng bonus is based on non-financial measure. Another example. Okay? So, illustration number 3. Yan, so 3. Illustration 3. At the start of the year, Sir Wency and yung kakambal niya, si Sian Gaza, form a partnership Labadami Labango Company. They agreed that Sir Wency will be given 1 million bonus if Andrea Atato and Richie Rivero will get back together. However, it is least likely to happen since Andrea is in a relationship with Daniel while Richie is in relationship with Leren. Okay? Tapos si Catherine naman ay kay Alden. Di ba? So talagang malabo yung chance, no, na magkabalikan sila. Okay? Kaya, in this case, nasatisfy ba yung condition ng bonus? Hindi. Kaya, sad to say, kay Sir Wency, okay? May bonus ba siya? May bonus ba siya? Sagot? Sabi ko nga, sad to say, wala. Zero. Okay? Zero. Ayan. So, wala siyang bonus. Okay, next. O, di ba? Non-financial measure din yun. Next, sample. Illustration 4. Start April 1. Year-end December 31. Net income 100. Bonus is 10% of income before the bonus interest and salaries. Compute for the bonus. So, anong point dito? This is 9 months only. Tama? April 1 to December 31 is 9 months. Okay? Sir, do I need to prorate yung bonus? Kasi yung alam kong equation dyan is simply 10% kasi before naman before. Yung assumption natin sa net income, sabi nga natin, by default, ang bonus interest salaries ay hindi expense. Pero kinoconsider natin sa pag-distribute ng net income to the partners. Kaya kung may net income dyan na silent, ito ay before BIS. So anong gagawin mo lang? 10% times 100. However, the issue here is, do I need to prorate, sir, yung 10,000 na yan? Di ba? 10% times 100 dun sa 9 divided by 12. The answer is, the answer is no. The answer is no. Bakit? Saan nakabase ang bonus? Sa performance. Di ba? Hindi naman nakabase yan kung, kunyari, si Carlos Yulo, di ba? Okay? Pag nanalo ka ng gold, ganun lang naman yan pag naka-bronze ka, ganito. Pag naka-silver ka, ganito. Pag naka-gold ka, ganito. Regardless. Okay? Kung lifetime kang nagtitraining. Regardless kung 2 months kang nag-training. Regardless kung, okay, 1 day ka nag-training. Parang sa inyo din. Di ba? Sabi ng Rio, magbibigay kami ng 1 million cash prize. Net of tax. Or tax-free. Yan. Okay, 1 million. Pag nag-top 1 ka, exclusive sa Rio. Kaya lang, okay, tinitingnan ba nila kung 2 years kang nag-aral? Kung 2 days kang nag-aral? Kung nagsunog ka ng kilay, nagsunog ka pa ng buhok, nagsunog ka ng kuko, hindi. Di ba? Kung ano yung condition sa pagbibigay ng bonus, yun na yun. In this case, anong base? 10% of income before bonus interest salaries. That's it. Okay? Huwag kang mag-prorate. Kaya to summarize, no? To summarize, okay? So, bonus is given as compensation for good performance, pwedeng financial, non-financial. Okay, and again, pag base of financial, it is given if there is a net income and the base of the bonus is positive and not time proportion. And again, wag mag-memorize ng formula. Okay lang kung may na-memorize ka, pero kung wala kang na-memorize, don't panicacious, no? Okay, kasi nga sabi ko, more on following the instruction of the problem ang computation ng bonus. So, there are a lot of possibilities kasi, no? Minsan sinasamahan ng algebra. Okay po? So with that, let's now proceed dun sa next item. You have your interest. So interest. Ano naman yung interest dito? By the way, bago tayo mag-proceed dito, when we say bonus dito, bonus na compensation yung pinag-usapan natin. Okay? Iba naman kasi yung meron din namang bonus no sa partnership formation, dissolution, okay? May mga bonus din naman doon, pero iba yung context naman ng bonus doon. Ayun, so parang bonus dito dahil may ginawa yung partner. Doon naman, medyo iba yung context niya. So, hindi siya directly related sa earnings ng profit or loss, no? Okay? Sige, so dun sa interest naman, this is a compensation for the invested capital. Pwedeng sinasabi ng isang partner kasi, Oy, idol pala. Idol Senator Raffy Tulfo. Reklamo ko nga tong kasama ko, ako yung nagbigay ng pinakamalaking capital bakit ito lang natatanggap ko? Malamang nire-reklamo niyan or hinihingi niyan is interest. Okay? So, saan nakabase ang interest sa capital? And this is time proportion. Okay? Time proportion. And how do you compute interest? How do you compute interest? Di ba yun yun? Principal times rate times time. Tama? Sa mathematics of investment natin, principal times rate times time. However, for partnership purposes, yung principal papalitan natin na capital. Yung C dyan, capital, rate. And pag silent ang rate, kahit anong subject, annual po yan. Kaya kailangan mong tignan yung time, make sure your denominator sa time should be annual. Kasi kung yung rate ay annual, dapat yung denominator mo sa time ay annual. Paano yun, sir? Ano bang annual? Denominator mo, pwedeng 360 days, 365 days, 12 months, or 52, 53 weeks, something like that. Okay? 1 year. And of course, this can be based on different capital base. Ang daming possible, no? Beginning, pwedeng ending, before closing, average, simple, weighted, pwedeng, ang dami pa. Ending in excess of beginning, ending in excess of 10,000. May mga ganun, no? Kaya ito, papasok na naman, following instruction. Okay? Dun sa problem. Ayan, no? Dito papasok yung mathematics of investment, principal times rate times time. Di ba? Kayang-kaya mo pala. So, time proportion. Okay? So, doon sa average, gusto kong i-highlight yung, asan yung average ito, no? Yung difference ng simple and weighted. Pag-usapan natin yan. So, dun sa simple average, so simply, that is, you will add up the beginning balance and the ending balance before closing. And when I say closing, before closing entries, ano bang kino-close natin in your basic accounting process? Okay, expense and income accounts as well as, syempre, mga temporary accounts, no? Okay, kaya beginning plus ending before closing multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 2, 4, 6, 8. Or as an alternative, beginning plus ending times 1 half. Ano pa? Beginning plus ending divided by 2. Okay, pwedeng ganyan, no? So, di bale, magaling kayo sa math, alam na yan. Simple average. Okay? So, weighted average naman, kailangan natin makita yung beginning. Okay? Kailangan natin na tingnan yung additional investment. Kailangan natin makita yung withdrawal as well as yung drawings. Okay? And by the way, what's the difference between withdrawal and drawings? Okay, o sige, bago mo na yun, dun sa additional investment, what's the journal entry to record additional investment? Debit asset, credit, capital. Tama? Credit, capital. Sige, bago yung entry, sa withdrawal, anong difference ng withdrawal and drawings? Ang withdrawal, this is considered to be permanent. Tama? Permanent. Ang drawings, this is considered to be a temporary. Sir, explain, please. Yan. So, pag sinabing withdrawal, talagang yung sinasabi mo na, ayoko na talaga. Or pwede naman sabihin mo na, binigay ko 1.2, pero nakikita ko sa mga ginagawa ninyo, mga alanganin kayong kasama Alanganin yung business natin. Gusto kong bawiin na forever yung 200,000 ko dun sa 1 million ko. Yun ang, withdrawal na permanent. Samantalang yung drawings, temporary lang yan. Yan yung sinasabing in anticipation. In anticipation of your share in the profit or loss. Okay? Kasi pwedeng may mga salaries kayo, interest kayo, may mga bonus kayo. Kaya lang alangan naman nahihintayin natin na matapos ang isang taon bago tayo mag-distribute ng profit. So pwedeng habang hindi pa natin na-finalize yung computation ng profit, pwede na tayong mag-distribute. Okay? Kasi kawawa naman yung isang partner. Saan niya kukunin yung gagamitin niya sa pang-araw-araw niya? 'Di ba? Saan niya kukunin yung pambabayad niya ng gatas ng misis niya or gatas ng baby nila? 'Di ba? So gano'n, no? Para may magamit. Sa kaya kadalasan na term dito, in anticipation for your share in the profits. So gano'n yun. In anticipation for your share in the profits. Okay? So, ang withdrawal, this is permanent. This is debited to capital account. So, yung journal entry dyan is debit capital. Okay? So, anong dinebit mo? Permanent account, real account. Ayan yung sa basic accounting na naman natin. Real account or permanent account or balance sheet account. Samantalang ang drawings or temporary, this is debit, but this is debited to a drawing account. Okay? And sabi natin sa partnership formation, ang drawing account ay temporary. Ang drawing account ay temporary. So, tanong, kasama ba yung mga to sa computation ng weighted average? Beginning capital, definitely yes. Okay? Additional investment, yes. Withdrawal, the answer is yes na yes. Okay? Basta yung tandaan mo, yung pinabago niya ang capital. Ginalaw niya, dinagdagan niya, binawasan niya yung capital. Dinebit or kinredit sa capital. Ganun yung tatandaan mo. How about yung drawing? Sir, shall we include this? Well, the general answer is no, but the more, yung mas gusto kong sagot ay it's. Yan, it's. Ano yan? It's depend. It's depend. Okay? So, tandaan mo to ha. It's depend. It depends sa scenario. Pwede kasing abusuhin ng isang partner yung provision ng drawings. O pwede tayong kumuha in advance in anticipation of our share in our profits, drawings. Kaya lang, baka mamaya draw siya ng draw. 'Di ba? Sabi niya, kuha ko 1 million. Kuha ko 1 million. Eh, yung expected share lang niya ay 1 million lang. 'Di ba? Baka kuha siya ng kuha, baka mabawasan yung capital ng partnership, wala silang magamit na working capital, baka hindi na tuluyang kumita or ma-reach yung level na ine-expect nila. So to protect the partnership and the partners, pwedeng may stipulation sila na any drawings in excess, okay? So pwedeng ganun, no? Pwedeng may provision na ganyan. Pag in excess, kasama. Okay? Pag not in excess, hindi kasama. Kaya nilagay ko dyan, it's depend. It depends talaga, no? It's depend. Okay? So, it's depend. Of score, okay? Kung in excess or not in excess, no? Of course and of course, no? Okay? So, gets ba? Gets? Para? So, mas okay din yung kakaiba, no? It's para? It's really hurts. Okay. It's really hurt. Ayan. It really hurts. No? Anyways, as to yung computation ng weighted average, is it peso month or peso day? Paano yung rounding off, sir? Monthly ba or daily? Well, kadalasan depende sa problem. Pero most of the problems, kung may nakikita kang monthly yung pagbigay sa inyo, most likely, peso month po yan. Masyadong ano, no? Masyadong matrabaho pag peso day kasi magbibilang ka ng araw. But, kung may mako-compute man kayong amount, halos close naman yan sa peso month. Okay? So, ganyan. So dun sa computation natin ng weighted average, no? Yung ginagamit natin dito na weight is yung time. Okay? Yung ginagamit nating weight dito is yung time. And I want you to listen carefully. Okay? Ano yun, sir? Anong gusto mong sabihin? Kasi, meron din tayong computation ng weighted average sa other subjects ninyo. Marami. Nga lang, okay, limited lang ang gumagamit ng time as the weight. Okay? Sir, ano yung mga subjects or topics na yung ginagamit natin weight is yung time? Yung ilang months, ilang araw. Ito na sa topic natin, partnership operation. Weighted average capital, saan pa, sir? MS FAR AP, doon sa denominator ng EPS, earnings per share. Denominator ng earnings per share, WACSO, tawag ng iba. Weighted average capital stock outstanding. Time ang ginagamit na weight doon. Pangatlo, doon sa FAR AP ninyo, computation ng capitalizable borrowing cost in relation to your general borrowings, magko-compute ka ng WAEX. Kailangan WAEX kayo, di ba? Ano yung WAEX? Weighted average expenditure. Kaya makinig ng mabuti kasi kung alam mong i-compute naman pala yung WAEX, yung WACSO, at saka kung alam mong i-compute yun, most likely kayang-kaya mo ding i-compute yung weighted average natin. Okay? And maraming approach po dyan. Alright? To compute. So I will present to you the different approaches. I will present to you techniques, okay, calculator techniques and shortcut. Okay? And I will present to you, I will tell you ano yung pinaka-favorite ko or ano yung gusto ko na dire-diretso na lang sa calculator na tingin kong pinaka-efficient. Okay? So, before that, let's check muna to, no? Sir, paano pagsabi ng problem average? Anong gagamitin kong average? Simple po ba or weighted? Siyempre, kung kaya mong i-compute yung pareho, nako, kailangan ano yan, no? Kailangan mamili ka ng isa. Pero kung kunyari, yung pwede lang i-compute simple, yung pwede lang i-compute weighted, edi yun yung gamitin mo kung ano lang yung pwedeng i-compute. However, pag pwedeng i-compute pareho, okay? So, kaya mong ma-compute ang average, kaya mong ma-compute ang weighted, pag silent ang problem, ito yung ginagamit natin, ang weighted. Bakit? Siyempre, logic will dictate na yung dinidistribute natin is net income earned during the period. Earned during the period. So, dapat i-consider din natin yung movements ng capital nila during the period. Okay? Paano yun, sir? Pwede mo kasing dayain. Okay? Pwede mong dayain yung interest na matatanggap mo pag sa simple. Anong gagawin mo? Mag-invest ka ng 1 million start of the year. I-withdraw mo siya second day of the year. Diba? Tapos, year-end na naman, ipasok mo 1 million. Diba? Tapos, hayaan mo lang January 1. Tapos, i-withdraw mo January 2. Pero tanong, diba? Parang, January 1, pinasok mo, withdraw mo January 2, binalik mo December 31. Tanong, ginamit ba yon to earn the profit? The answer is no. Okay? Kaya, doon sa simple average, parang hindi siya ganun ka-logical, no? So, between the two, kung pwedeng i-compute, mas logical ang weighted kasi kino-consider natin na, ay, ito yung beginning mo, nagbawas ka, nagdagdag ka. So, kailangan natin i-consider yun. We need to weight that. Okay? We need to weigh down yung mga changes na yan. So, ganyan ha. So, pag silent and computable naman, yung average na simple and weighted, we will use the weighted, no? Kasi pwedeng dayain, okay? At saka mas logical naman kasi ang weighted average. Araso? Okay, so hopefully that's clear. So let's now provide some illustration. So, capital and drawing activity of the partners for the year are as follows. So, Jack and then of course Barbie. So, anong binigay sa atin dito? Transactions. Okay? Paano natin nalaman na transactions? Activity. Ayan. May mga balances, withdrawal, investment, investment, drawings, withdrawal, investment, investment. Okay? By the way, no, pag silent yung problem natin at nakita mo, withdrawal, drawings, siyempre, withdrawal, parang sinasabi permanent, yung drawings ay temporary. So, yun yung rule natin ha, as we have discussed earlier. Okay? Yung kasama ay permanent, pag withdrawal, permanent, pag drawings, temporary. Kaya lang, okay, always check the context sa problem ha. Kasi, it's true we have a rule. Ito, pag withdrawal, permanent, drawings, temporary. Minsan nga lang kasi may mga problem na iba yung intention nila or iba yung paggamit nila ng words. Okay, yung tipong kunyari, sasabihin sa'yo, drawings. Pero, pag tinignan mo yung mga given, no, parang ini-imply niyang permanent. Kaya yun yung mga bantayan mo. Minsan naman may mga iba, withdrawal yung ginamit na term, pero ini-imply based sa given, based on how the data was presented, it is temporary. Kaya dapat marunong kang makiramdam din. So, tandaan mo yung rule natin, pero dapat marunong kang makiramdam. Yun yung sinasabi natin problem-solving skills ninyo. Na made-develop mo yan by constant practice. Okay? So, ngayon, oops, nagulat ako. Ano? Biglang it's really hurt na naman. Okay, so ngayon, sa computation ng simple average, sige, simple daw at saka weighted. Okay, so sir, paano ba yung simple? Simple. Okay, so sabi natin sa simple, sige, simulan natin kay Jack dito. Simple average is beginning Tapos, ending before closing. Take note, ano yung kino-close? Income statement accounts and temporary accounts. Take note, itong drawings ay temporary. Di ba? Nirelate lang pala natin sa basic accounting. No? Temporary yan. Ibig sabihin, sin-zoned ang drawing sa pag-compute ng ending before closing. Okay? So, yung gagawin mo dyan, ending before closing, 540 plus 240, sin-zoned yan, less 180 plus 50,000. Yung makukompute natin dapat dito is 560. So, subukan mo nga, 560 ba yun? Ito yung ending before closing. Pwedeng gusto mo, divide by 2 na lang. The average capital here is 505. Okay? 505. Next, kay Barbie, same procedure. Beginning is 600 plus, ano yung ending balance before closing? So, syempre, 600, input mo sa calculator, minus 120, okay? Plus 90, and sin zone yung 100, tapos additional investment na plus, okay? Plus, and then of course, additional investment na plus. Okay? So, magkano kaya yung ending balance? Magkano napapalabas natin dito? So, that is 640. Tama ba? 640, yung ending before closing times 1 to 3 divided by 2, 1 to 3 divided by 246, yan, or times 1/2 divided by 2, this is equal to, okay, 620. Ayan, so double check ko lang sa calculator ko lang Ayan, 600 minus 120 plus 90 plus 60 plus 10, 640. So, tama. So far, anong conclusion natin dito sa simple average? Sa simple average, drawings does not affect simple average. Drawings does not affect simple average, but ending or year-end transaction affects the simple average. Okay? So, mamaya summarize natin yan. So, simple pa lang nagagawa natin. So, ngayon, puntahan naman natin yung weighted. Okay? So, yung weighted, nako, mas matrabaho ito. And I will present to you, actually, there are four approaches that you can use dito. Okay? So, una, months outstanding. Diba? So, pangalawa, okay, you have your, parang months outstanding, ilang months na hindi nagbago hanggang year-end. Okay? So, yung isa naman, ilang months hindi nagbago before yung next na change. May mga ganun, no? Okay? Tapos, may pangatlo pa yan. Tapos yung pang-apat, yan yung hihintayin mo yung sagot ng classmate mo. Pero syempre, sa undergrad, pwede siguro yon, but in the board examination, okay, hindi pwede yon. Diba? So, pag nasa board examination kayo, pag hindi mo alam, look down. You will look down because of desperation. Okay? Or you will look up for inspiration. Okay? Nung undergrad, pwede kasi yun, look to your left, look to your right for more information. Hindi na pwede yun sa actual board, ha? Okay? Kaya parang look up lang. Look up, look down. Yan. Anyways, so again, activity. Ayun, iba yung na-highlight ko, no? Activity. Ito yung mga transactions na nangyari. Sir, bakit sinasabi mo yung mga transactions? What if balance naman yung binigay sa atin? Iba yung procedure. Kaya natin hina-highlight yan. So again, doon na tayo sa weighted average. Pakitandaan mo yung mga figures, ha? Okay? Pakitandaan natin yung mga figures, no? Ayan. So, sige. For Jack muna. So, i-summarize ko na lang. For 50 to 48, ignore yung again, ignore yung June 30. Sin zone. Okay? So, dito na tayo. January 1 balance. Okay, syempre, kung balance, okay lang yan kasi yan yung pinaka-beginning. Transaction ng May 1, transaction ng October, transaction ng December 31. Okay? Tapos, paano yung isang approach dyan, sir? Titingnan natin kung ilang months yung transaction na yan until the year end, which is December 31. So, 450 or January 1 until December 31, that is 12. Okay? So, that's 5,400,000. Next, May 1 until December 31, ilang months yun? 8. So, multiply mo, that's the amount. October 1 until December 31, 3. Kaya lang, negative yung sign nito kasi withdrawal. December 31 to December 31, ilang araw? Okay, 0 days, no? So, any number multiplied by 0 is equal to, yan, 0, syempre. Okay? And this is the total. And then yung next na gagawin natin, saka natin minsanang i-divide ng 12 months. Okay? So, that's the weighted average capital for Jack. Okay, so ito yung first na approach, no? First na approach na pwede nyong gamitin. Okay? So, take note yung sample natin, yung illustration natin, transactions ang ginamit natin. Okay, pangalawa, na approach, ganito. Similar kanina, except that, i-divide agad-agad natin. So, parang, January 1 to December 31 is 12 times 12, pero divide mo agad ng 12. Okay? Ganon din yung May 1 times 8, i-divide na yung 12. Times 3, i-divide mo na yung 12. Times 0, divide by 12 again, agad-agad, no? So, yun yung differences of first na ginawa natin. Okay? So, ngayon, yung since dinivide mo na agad ng 12, edi weighted average is 565. So, as you can see, pareho lang yung na-compute natin kanina. So, almost similar yung first at saka yung second approach. Yung first lang, minumultiply muna natin ng months, total natin, saka natin, minsan nang i-divide ng 12. Ito, for every transaction, dinidivide natin ng 12. Okay? Again, transactions. And then the third option is this one. You will get the balance. Take note, balance yan balance. So sir, paano yun? 'Di ba? Meron tayong, dito na lang tayo, 450. Anong sumunod na transaction? That is 240. So 450, nadagdagan ng 240, naging 690. 'Di ba? So 690, yung balance. After 690, later on, nabawasan ng 180, naging 5, less 180, naging 510. Tapos from 510, nadagdagan ng 50 sa sumunod, naging 560. Kaya yung gagamitin natin balance. So ano yung balance? 450, 690, 510, 560. Lahat yan ay positive kung balance, no? Okay? So makikita mo dito sa next slide natin, doon nang galing yung 450, 690, 510, 560. Diba? Yung running balance. Okay? Alam mo naman natin yung running balance. Tapos titingnan natin, ilang months, hindi nagbago ang 450. Siyempre, bibilangin mo, January 1 to May 1 ay 4 months. Diba? So yung 450,000, hindi nagbago ng 4 months out of 12. Okay? Tapos next, yung 690. Nung naging 690 siya, ilang months hindi nagbago yung 690? So bibilangin mo, May, June, July, August, September, okay? That is 5 months. From May 1 to October, 5 months. Kaya times 5, divide by 12. And then October to December, October, November, December, hindi nagbago yung 510 ng 3 months. So that is times 3 divided by 12. 127,500. And of course, from December 31 to December 31, ilang months hindi nagbago yung 560, 0 month. Okay? So, ayan, no? And that's your weighted average. Again, pareho lang. Yung isang magandang pang-double check mo dito, dapat yung total numerator is 12. Total denominator is 12. Okay? So, ganun dapat, no? Yan yung isang pang-double check natin. Alright. So, between these three options, I prefer, assuming balance, kung balance ang binigay, edi no choice ka. Ito na lang. Kung balance ang binigay sa iyo, edi third option ka na. Pero pag yung binigay sa atin ay transaction, I prefer to use yung second. Kasi pwedeng idiretso to sa calculator. And tuturuan ko kayo sa basic calculator kung may gamit kayong scientific, mas advanced ang scientific, so pwedeng gamitin nyo pa rin or pwedeng open and close parenthesis. Okay, sige. Calculator technique. Ito na. Okay. So, unang gagawin natin, pag basic calculator, well, actually, kahit na scientific yan, okay, is memory clear. So, dapat, sa calculator mo, okay, wala kang nakikitang letter M. Wala kang nakikitang letter M, no? Okay, so, MC, memory clear. Yan. So, makikita mo, mawawala yung initial ko sa calculator mo, no? Yung M. Okay, so, memory clear na yon. So, bakit natin kiniklear yung memory? Para makalimutan lahat ng nakaraan. Ayan, no? So, kasi may nakastore sa memory niyan eh. So, buti pa ang calculator, may memory, no? Okay. May memory. Anyway, so January 1, yung gagawin mo, dun sa mas prefer nating approach, yung second, okay, is 450 times 12. Divide by 12 mo agad, and then M plus. Kaya lang, okay? Alam naman natin na times 12 divided by 12 is also 1. Di ba? Kaya pwedeng gawin mo 450 M plus na lang. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin ng M plus? In-store niya sa calculator. Tapos sumunod, may 1, 240 times 8 divided by 12. Okay, yung product nito, idadagdag niya doon sa nakastore kanina. M plus. Tapos sumunod, October 1, withdrawal, 180 times 3 divided by 12. Take note, withdrawal yan. Ang withdrawal ay bawas. Eh kung bawas yan, dapat M minus. Okay? Minus sa memory. So may M minus ka naman siguro. And of course, December 31, actually ito, kahit huwag mo nang ipindot. Yung iba kasi, para lang sure, kahit alam naman na 0 yung kalalabasan nito, okay, double check ko lang sir para sigurado. 50 times 0 divided by 12, 0 din naman yan. Okay? Yan. And then pag pindot mo ng memory recall, that should be 565,000. Pareho lang. Tama? Pareho lang. Okay? Eh sir, paano yan sa scientific calculator? Actually, sa scientific calculator, pwede kang gumamit ng M plus din or kahit wag na. Kung ako sa iyo, pwedeng open and close parenthesis. Yan yung advantage ng scientific. 450 plus open and close parenthesis, 240 times 8 divided by 12 close. Plus open 180 times 3 divided by 12 close. Pwedeng ganun din. Okay? So yan yung isang approach natin ha. Mapa-basic man yan or mapa-scientific, pwede yan. Okay? Yung isang approach naman natin is using memory recall. Memory recall. Using grand total, GT. Yan. Okay, so gamitin ang functionality ng calculator, no? Kasi binigyan tayo, inalaw tayong gumamit ng calculator. Tama? So, since sinalaw tayo, i-maximize natin yung mga functionalities ng calculator. Kasi, nung time, alam niyo ba, nung time nila Sir Rad, nung time nila Sir George James, bawal ang calculator. Di ba? Kasi nung time nila, yung calculator malaki yan. Mapupuno yung isang room. Di ba? Mahirap magdala. O, lahat ng examines magdadala. Napakalaking calculator. Kaya sila, nasanay silang mag-compute mentally. Kaya tingnan niyo sa Sir Rad. Okay, mental computation, kayang-kaya. Okay? So, ngayon, inaalaw tayo, gamitin naman natin. Utang na loob. Okay? Utang na loob, no? Ayun, no? Kaya lang minsan, yung technology natin, parang sabi ng iba, nakakabobo. Okay? Pardon for the word, no? Okay? Pero yun nga, parang naging too dependent na tayo sa calculator. Kahit times 12 divided by 12, kinalculator pa. 1 plus 10, kinalculator pa. Well, at least, nagagamit, no? Yung calculator. Okay? So, anyway, yung isa, GT, grand total. So, January 1, 450 times, so MC muna, MC ulit. So 450 times 12 divided by 12 equals lang. Mag-equals ka lang. Next, May 1, 240 times 8 divided by 12 equals lang. Eh sir, saan napupunta yan? Basta. Okay? Meron din yan. Ayan. Next, 180 times 3 divided by 12, mag-equals ka lang. Okay? Sorry. 180, since withdrawal ito, pindutin mo yung plus or minus para malagyan na ng negative sign. Okay? And then times 3 divided by 12 and then equals. Okay? Kasi withdrawal ito, no? And then December 31, 50 times 0 divided by 12 equals. Okay? And next na gagawin mo, lahat ng inequals mo dito, lahat ng product nito, okay, ito total ng calculator mo. So, ano yung GT dyan? Okay? Grand total. 565. Oh, see? Okay. So, ganun po siya. So, ganun siya ha. Mag-practice kayo. Okay? So, yun yung shortcut natin. Kaya actually, pag weighted average sa akin, diretso calculator yan. Pero kung hindi ka pa sanay, it's okay. Mag-practice ka, what if transactions, what if balances ang given. Okay? Hanggang sa darating yung time na mamamaster mo din yan. Pangiti-ngiti ka na lang din. Okay? Next. So, syempre, kay Jack lang yung ginawa natin. Subukan naman natin kay Barbie. So, Barbie, so dapat marunong tayong magbilang. Weighted average na ha. So, this is 12 months. Tapos, withdrawal, March is 10. Diba? Parang nabilang na natin kanina, no? Okay. So, June 1 is 7. Diyan kayo nadadali lagi, no? June 1 ay 6, 7 yan. Tapos, December is 1. December 1 is 1, 0 yan. So, 10, 12, 10, 7, 1, 0. Okay, so kay Barbie, So, using your basic calculator, kung basic gamit mo, mas madali. Or kung scientific, okay lang, no? Kahit hindi ito yung gamitin mo or iba talaga yung functionality, medyo may konting iba. So, mas madali para sa'yo. Ayan. Pero pag basic MC, di ba? Tapos times 10 divided by 12 m plus, okay? 120 times 10 divided by 12 m minus, 90 times 7 divided by 12 m plus, 60 times 1 divided by 12 m plus, and last one, 10 times 0 divided by 12 m plus, okay? So, yung memory recall natin, 557, 500 dapat. Alright? So, that's for Barbie. Yan, 557, 500. Okay? So, ganito yung gawin natin ha. Mag-practice tayo ng mag-practice, no? Kasi, very procedural pag alam mo yung process nito. Kahit bigyan ka ng napakaraming problem, basta alam mo yung proseso, kayang-kaya mo yan. Ngayon, pag silencer, peso month, peso day. Paano yung rounding off? Kadalasan monthly, peso month, averaging. Okay? Sir, paano pag kunyari binigyan tayo ng data na March 15, March 16? Paano pag June 28? Paano pag December 25? Mga ganon, no? So, may mga nira-round off, may mga ibang hindi, pero depende yan sa ginawa ng examiner ng problem, no? Kaya yung gagawin ninyo, sabi ko nga, practice kayo ng practice para ma-expose kayo sa different scenarios at ma-enhance yung problem-solving skills natin. Okay? Sige. So, another illustration. Last illustration bago tayo mag-solve na. Okay? So, the partners agree that interest on weighted average will be provided at a rate of 8%. Okay, annual drawings. So, kung mapapansin mo, drawings temporary. Pero sabi niya, in excess of 20,000 are considered reduction of capital for purposes of this calculation. Capital in drawing for the year are as follows. Sabi natin kanina, ang drawings pag silent, temporary, i-debit sa drawings. Pero kung sinabi ng problem na pag lumagpas ng ganito, yun yung masasama sa, tapos take note, yung annual, yun yung masasama sa computation ng weighted average. Okay? So in this case, compute for the permanent. So, doon kay David. Okay. So magkano yung drawings niya annual? 30. 30 na siya. Yung lumagpas sa 20, yun yung permanent. Kaya kay David, so annual drawings of 30 less 20, that is 10. Pero kailan yung start ng counting? Yung start ng counting mo, kung kailan nalagpasan yung 20,000. So yung count mo dyan, November 1. So yung count mo sa 10,000 sa computation ng weighted, November 1. Okay? Kay Jack naman, magkano yung annual drawings? 20. Magkano yung limit? 20. May excess ba siya? Wala. So wala siyang permanent. Okay? So ito yung permanent ha. So temporary, okay, so kung sakasakaling tatanungin sa atin, so this is the permanent. So walang permanent dito, no? 0. So magkano naman yung temporary dito? That is 20,000. Temporary. So lahat dito ng drawings niya ay temporary. So sa computation ng weighted average, sino yung maapektuhan? Si David. Magkano? 10,000. Okay. Now, based doon sa discussion natin, okay, I'll borrow this no? Next slide. Based doon sa napansin natin, so simple and weighted. Nakakaapekto ba ang drawings sa simple? The answer is no. Nakakaapekto ba yung drawings na not in excess o yung talagang temporary sa weighted average? Hindi. Next. Kunyari, December 31 transaction. Okay. Nakakaapekto ba yung December 31 transaction sa simple? Okay, December 31 or January 1 transaction. Kunyari, nag-invest or nag-withdraw, ganyan, at the start or end of the year. Okay? So, sige. End or beginning of the year na lang kung sakaling hindi year-end yung December 31. The answer is yes. Napansin mo yan. Yung December 31 sa simple kasama sa computation ng ending before closing. Pero sa weighted average, it will not affect. Bakit? Yung multiplier mo kasi dito, 0 over 12. Kaya 0 yung effect niya. Kaya sabi nga natin, no, pag silent, weighted, kasi logically, Okay, tinitingnan talaga yung movements ng capital na ginamit to earn the profits. Ito kasing simple, madaya eh. What if end of the year mo lang pinapasok? What if beginning of the year lang? Binabawi mo agad-agad the following month. Okay? So, ganyan, no? So, conclusion, sa weighted average, time proportion siya. Time proportion siya, or interest in general, time proportion. Pag silent ang average, weighted average ang ginagamit natin. Okay? And then, kailangan natin i-check kailan yung start, kailan yung year-end. Kailan yung start, kailan yung year-end. Okay? So, nag-guess ba yun? Ngayon, okay, pag may nakita kang problem na March 1 yung start, huwag mong i-assume na 10 months agad-agad yan, ha? Pag March 1, always check the ending and year-end, no? Kasi may mga problem na March 1 yung simula, Feb 28 yung end. 12 months pa rin yun. Yun yung babantayan ninyo. Okay, yung irregular. Nagsimula ng September 1, baka akala mo times 4 divided by 12. Okay? Pero pag September 1 yung start, check mo yung year end. Maliwanag ha? Okay. Ngayon, last na lang, sa illustration natin kanina, yung illustration natin dito, no? Yung na-compute natin dito, anong na-compute natin? Yung mga amounts dito? Okay? Kay Jack and Barbie, yung na-compute natin is weighted average capital. And pareho siya sa A, weighted average capital. Ano yung A dito? A is Allison's average capital. Hindi. A is annual. Okay? So, dun sa na-solve natin kanina, pareho yung weighted average capital at saka annual weighted average capital kasi 12 months nag-operate yung partnership. Okay? 12 months. So, pag 12 months, pareho sila. Pero pag less than 12 months, hindi sila pareho. Okay? Eh, sir, paano yun? Yun yung aalamin natin dun sa mga problem solving natin. So, we will discuss yung difference ng weighted average and annual weighted average capital just in case less than 12 months yung operation. Ready? Okay, so let's now proceed to number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, so dun sa number 4, anong sabi? The fact that salaries paid to partners are not a component of partnership income is indicative of what? Not a component of partnership income. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Anong other term? It is not an expense. Okay, pakitandaan yung ang other terminology ha. Not an expense as a means of distributing the profit equitably among the partners. Other term, component of partnership net income. Ibig sabihin nun, yung BIS or dito specifically, yung salaries, that is, okay, not an expense, characteristic po yan ng proprietary theory. Kasi, pag entity theory, yun yung expense. So, inote mo ulit, kung nakalimutan mo agad-agad, okay, so, pag entity theory, expense yan. Ayan, yun yung letter B, expense, no? Pero pag proprietary, that is not an expense. Okay? Charlie. Number 5, a partner's withdrawal of assets from a partnership that is not considered a permanent reduction in the partner's equity is debited to the partner's, alin po? That is drawing. Di ba? Pag hindi permanent, temporary. That is debited to a temporary account in your basic accounting, that is a drawing account. Okay? So number 5 is alpha. Araso? Okay, and of course, i-apply na natin yung pinag-usapan natin sa weighted average. Medyo mahaba yung illustration natin doon. Okay? Kaya lang syempre, ito importante din ito kasi nga, what if less than 12 months? Okay? Kanina, 12 months, 12 months. Di ba? Yung kay Jack, kay Barbie. Okay? So, ngayon, tingnan natin. Passion, commitment, and dedication. Okay, kailangan mo yan, no? Our partners in a glutathione trading business. So, saan natin kailangan para pumutik? Yan, ha? Okay, so dapat kasama dito si Sir Rex, eh. Okay, at saka, syempre, ako din, no? Anyway, so passion, commitment, dedication, interest to be credited to each partner is 10%. Their capital accounts for the year were as follows. So, walang sinabi dito, no? Okay, so malamang, based sa weighted average, or based sa, you can compute a simple average or weighted average here, pero kung walang ibang sinabi na basis ng interest, malamang that should be the weighted average, no? So ngayon, Okay, for the year. Sabi niya, paki-underline yung their capital accounts for the year. Where as follows. Okay? So, paki-underline yung for the. Ayan, for the year. Diba pag silent, anong assumption natin? Calendar year-end. And pag calendar year-end, the year-end is obviously December 31. Kaya, April 1 hanggang December 31. Okay? So, saan natin nakita yung April 1? Yun yung investment. Eh kung kaka-form lang nila, April 1 lang, walang binigyan na January 1, well, presumption natin nagsimula ng April 1. Okay? And kailan yung end? December 31. Again, hindi December 1 ha, kasi pag nakita mo, sir, di ba last na transaction December 1? No. Okay, yes, last na transaction yan, but that's not the year end. Okay, so again, pag silent, calendar year. Di ba? Kahit anong subject, yan yung assumption natin. Okay, so ngayon, based on the above information, which of the following is incorrect? Alright, so masaya to. Let's compute the weighted average capital and the annual weighted average capital. So let's start kay passion, okay? So let's use, sige, lagay ko dito, kay passion. So kailangan mo ng passion, no, sa pag-aaral. Okay? April 1. So April 1, the transaction, take note, yung given dito is transaction. Tama? So, transaction. Paano natin nalaman na transaction? Investment, withdrawal, investment, 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 withdrawal. Okay? So, yun. Malalaman natin yan, no? Kasi sabi ko nga, kung balances yung binigay, edi balances approach yung gagamitin natin. Now, next na transaction is August 1. August 1. So, anong meron? That is also an investment of 120,000. Now, next. Anong gagawin natin? Siyempre, bibilangin natin. From April 1 until December 31. So, ilang months? April 1, that is 9. Okay? Tapos August 1 until December 31, that is how many months? That is 5 months. Okay? Next na issue, anong denominator natin? What's our denominator? Is it 12? Is it 9? Yan ang magandang tanong. Is it 12 or is it 9? Sagot? Whichever is. Walang ganung rule ha. Whichever is higher, whichever is lower ka dyan. So, depende kung anong i-compute mo. Okay? O sige. So, since alam kong yung iba, nag-wonder, sir, what if 9? Yung iba naman iniisip, sir, what if 12? Gawin natin pareho. Okay? Unahin natin yung 9. Yan. So, in this case, this is 145 and this is, kailangan natin ng calculator. Yan. So, 120 times 5 divided by 9, that is 600,667. So, yung total neto is 211,667. Okay? And anong tawag natin dito? So, obviously, that is weighted average capital and multiplied by the percentage, which is 10%, and multiplied by yung time, okay, which is 9/12. Alright? So, this is the amount of our interest. So, pakigawa ngayon. Okay, so 211,667 times 10% times 9 divided by 12, that is 15,875. Okay? Kaya lang, if you are wondering, sir, what if I will use 12 months? Okay. So, dito natin gagawin, what if 12 months? So, mahilig tayong mag-what if eh. So, April 1, 145,000 times 9 divided by 12. August 1, this is 120 times 5 divided by 12. Okay? And of course, magkano? Okay. Magkano yung mga amounts? So, 145 times 9 divided by 12, that is 158,750. Tama? And then this one, 120 times 5 divided by 12. Okay, so tama ba yung mga nakopya ko? Yan. 120, no? Yung nasabi ko, 150. 120 dapat. Times 5 divided by 12. Okay. 120 times 5 divided by 12, this is 50,000. Okay? I-apply nyo dito yung talent natin sa math, ha? 120 times 5 divided by 12. Turo ng grade 2 teacher natin. Ito, presumption natin, denominator is 1. Di ba? Tapos kung nakita mo, numerator, denominator, may common. 12. 12. Cancel out. Anong naiwan? 5 at saka yung 0k. Di ba? So, grade 2. Grade 2 yan, tinuro. Okay? So, this is 208,750. And anong tawag naman po dito? This is your awak. Okay? Kung yung isa ay wak, ito naman ay awak. And again, what's awak? What's letter A? That is Allison's weighted average capital. Siyempre, this is, ano yung A? Annual. Sir, paano ko malalaman kung annual yan o hindi? Okay, simple lang. Anong ginamit mong denominator? Annual. Di ba? So, kung ginamit mong denominator is 12 months, di ba? Isang taon, then dapat tawagin mong awak. Okay? Pero pag ginamit mong denominator is number of months operated, weighted average capital lang po. Yan. Okay, sir, anong susundin namin? Is it wak or awak? Depende sa tanong. Ay, kung tinanong ka ng wak or awak, edi awak, 208,750. Wak, 211,667. Okay? Pero, sir, sa pag-compute ng interest, anong susundin? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter kung anong susundin mo dyan. You will either use, okay, yung wak or awak, you will come up with the same amount. Okay? O, teka lang ha, teka lang. Parang may something, no? May something sa amount natin. Okay? Nagulat ako, biglang lumaki eh. 145 tapos naging 158,750. Sorry, no? Okay, itong calculator na to, nag-e-error eh. Okay, so 108,7, tingnan nyo, 108,750. Okay? So kung 108,750 yan, this is 158. Yan, no? Pasensya. Okay, kaya yung lesson dyan is, kasi hindi natin ma-perfect eh, di ba? Nagkakamali tayo. Kaya siguro, just in case nanonood ka, uy, parang may mali. O try mo munang manood pa ng additional 5 minutes. Pag hindi pa rin na-correct, tingnan mo yung updates and corrigenda. Okay lang ba yan? So, updates and corrigenda dyan natin nilalagay. So, kung hindi natin ma-edit sa video, nilalagay natin sa updates and corrigenda. Okay? Kung wala doon, tanong mo ako. Okay? So, ganun ha. Huwag kang magpanik. No? At saka pag nahalata mong typo, obvious typo error, i-correct mo na lang ha. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya hindi kayo matutulog dahil, Allah, bakit biglang iba yung amount? Saan nang galing yon? Ayan. Okay? So, ganun po. So, pasensya. So, dapat 158,750 yung total, no? Dito. Okay. Tumalon yung mata ko. Dito. Yung nasolve ko kanina. Akalain mo yun? Sobrang advanced. Anyways, okay. So, para ma-compute yung interest, multiplied by rate. Okay? So, 10%. And then, this is the amount of interest. So, anong sabi natin kanina? Regardless of whether you will use wak or awak, you will come up with the same amount of interest. Kaya lang, baka magtatanong ka na naman, sir, bakit dito may times 9 over 12, dito wala? Yan. So, una, tandaan natin, ang rate, annual. So, dapat sa multiplier mo, merong denominator na annual. Okay? Para mag-cancel out. Diba? Apples versus apples. Annual, dapat annual din yung denominator mo. Kaya dito, annual rate, to factor in na 9 months out of 12 yan, edi times 9 over 12. Okay? Sir, bakit walang times 9 over 12 dito? Because in computing the awak, we have already factored in, okay, na 9 out of 12 lang nag-operate ang partnership. Okay? Gets ba yan? Yes, no? So, naka-factor in na dito yung time na portion. Kaya nga tinawag natin annual. Naka-annualize na siya, i-multiply. So, since naka-annual, ito ay naka-annual din, match sila, apples versus apples, edi ito na yung interest na 875, pareho silang dalawa. Okay? So, ganun lang pala. Ayan. So, with that, may idea na tayo. Okay? So, subukan naman natin kay commitment. Commitment and then kay dedication. Okay? So, pagkasyahin natin. So, nang mabilisan. Ayan. So, commit Okay, so pwede mo akong sabayan ngayon. Kasi alam ko, natututo ka na. Okay, sabayan mo na ako sa pag-compute kay commitment. So ano-ano yung mga items dito? So obviously, meron tayong April 1. Actually, yung sabi ko nga, pag nasanay ka na, pwedeng diretso mo na yan sa calculator eh. Tama ba? And then of course, you have your October 1. Okay, so in this case, this is 260, this is 120, and this is 90. Okay. So April 1, 9, May 1 is 8, and October 1 is 3. So kung WAC muna, i-divide by 9, divide by 9. And pwedeng M plus yan. Okay? M plus, magkano yung mako-compute mong weighted average capital dito? So dapat yung na-compute mo dito ay 137,500. Okay po? Kung ibang napapalabas mo, adik ka sa kaka-add. Okay? Adik ka sa kaka-add. Add, no? So kung ginamit mo yung calculator natin, basic, kung basic yung gamit mo, memory clear, so ito ay M plus, di ba? Ito ay M minus, take note, withdrawal po ito. And ito ay M plus. Okay? So ganyan, no? So 137,500 and times time, 9/12 times rate, 10%. Okay, so you shall come up with the with an amount of how much? 13,750. So 13,750 na interest. Okay? So dun sa isa naman. So April 1, actually kahit hindi ko na isulat yung date sana, no? Pero sige, dahil medyo sinisipag pa tayo, tsaka bata pa tayo, no? Malakas pa tayo. Okay na laman nun. So pwedeng M plus ulit, di ba? So this is 9/12, 8/12, 3/12. Okay? So dito, syempre memory clear muna yung una, M plus, M minus, tapos this is M plus, no? Kung nagkamali ka kanina na plus lahat ginawa mo, at least natuto ko na, hindi na mauulit. Di ba? Ganun siya, no? Kaya lagi nating sinasabi, practice ng practice, okay lang na nagkakamali, basta nasubukan mo, sa susunod, natuto ka na. Okay? At saka huwag kayong malungkot ha. Kung sinubukan mo ng isang beses, hindi mo na-gets agad. Okay? Huwag kang malungkot. Di ba? Kasi yun ang normal process ng learning. Minsan, kailangan natin 5 beses, 10 beses bago natin matutunan talaga. Okay? Kaya kung sinubukan mo ng isang beses pa lang, hindi mo maintindihan, huwag kang magalit. Di ba? Ulitin mo ulit. Ganun lang siya. Repetition lang. Okay? Yan yung isang way para mas ma-master natin. No? Kahit anong bagay po yun. No? Okay? So this is 183. Teka lang. Dito pala, nagkamali. Okay? So 183,333. Okay? Tapos ito ay 137,500. Nako, tingnan mo, naduduling ako. Tapos ito, times rate, 10%. And again, this is your interest, which is the same. So, 13,750. Okay? Sige, last. So, this time, okay? Tatlo na din ito. Pwedeng hindi ko na isulat yung date. Okay lang ba? Dedication. Okay. So, kahit hindi na natin isulat yung date dito. Okay. So, kunyari, calculator, MC. O, diba? Tapos, first item, input mo sa calculator, 250 times 9 divide by 9. Okay. Tapos, M plus. Next, you have June 1, 100 times 7 over 9, M plus. 7 yung June 1, ha? Okay. So, grabe yung June 1 na yan. Maraming nabiktima yan. Okay? Ilang beses na. So, ito naman ay 1/9. Okay? Tapos, pag memory recall natin, ang mako-compute mong WAC po dito ay magkano? So, that is 3 to 4, 444. Tama? So, 3 to 4, 444. 4 multiplied by time, 9/12, multiplied by rate, 10%. And then, of course, this is your interest. Okay? Amounting to 24,333. Okay? So, pasensya, medyo mahaba talaga. Pero ganun, no? Siyempre, kung manunod ka ng quick vids, very quick. Okay? So, yun yung design, no? Yung design naman natin dito sa pre-recorded ay mahaba. Okay? Detailed, obviously expected, mahaba. Di ba? Kaya huwag mo sasabihin na, sir, bakit ang haba? Kasi detailed. Di ba? Yung isa naman, pag tinanong quick vids, bakit sobrang iksi? Kasi quick vids. Yun yung design. Magkaiba yung design, no? Okay? So, quick. Talagang quick. Dito naman sa atin, talagang detalyado. Okay? Kaya, hindi siya apples versus apples, no? Ayan. Okay? So, depende sa pangangailangan natin. Okay? So, anyways, dito tayo sa sumunod. Okay, so kahit yung amount lang ha. So once again, 250,000 times 9 divided by 12m plus. Next, 100,000 times 7 divided by 12m plus. And 30,000, investment lahat ito, no? 1 divided by 12m plus. Okay? So pag memory recall natin, ang annual weighted average capital natin is 243,333. Multiplied by time, rate, 10%. Nako, pumangit yung sulat natin dito sa baba. Okay, so hopefully naiintindihan mo pa rin. This is 24,333. Araso? Okay, so tingnan natin. The weighted average capital of Passion is 211,667. Passion. Weighted average capital lang. Okay, 211,667, tama. Annual weighted average capital of commitment is 137.5, tama. Interest of dedication is 24,333, tama. And delta, interest of passion is 21,667, mali. Okay, so hence, our answer is delta. Okay po? So, syempre, sa board examination or sa pre-boards ninyo, pag kunyari, nagawa mo na yung kay passion, tapos nakita mo sa choices yung kay passion, yun na yung i-check mo muna. So, kita mo, mali yung delta. O di delta na agad yung sagot mo. Kahit huwag mo nang gawin yung ABC. Yung mga test-taking strategies, no, na sinasabi. Okay? So, kaya lang dito, dinidiscuss natin lahat kasi nga, kailangan ipakita ko sa inyo. Okay? Kaya pagpasensyahan nyo na kung medyo mahaba talaga ang discussion. Right? So, before we will proceed, okay, so pag-usapan natin yung template sa allocation ng profit or loss. So as you have observed kanina, no, medyo mahaba na yung usapan natin. Okay, kaya lang andito pa lang tayo, wala pa yung template. But then again, we have laid down your foundation kanina. We have discussed the intricacies, diniscuss natin yung details kasi pag alam mo yung details, isasalpak mo lang sa template na ito. Okay, ilalagay mo lang sa template na ito, no? And ano ba yung template natin? So, ganito siya. Okay, asa na yun? Ba't ayaw lumabas? O, yun. Okay, so yun na, no? So, ganito, no? Siyempre, assuming there are two partners, so you have your partner A, partner B, and you have your total, okay? And bonus, ibigay natin yan, interest, salaries, applying yung rule natin. Na bonus, na time proportion, okay? Interest, salaries, time proportion po yung dalawang yan. And of course, meron tayong balance or residual, no? Kaya actually yung gagawin mo dyan, yung sequence na gagawin mo dito ay tingnan mo sa problem, ano yung binigay na profit or loss. So yun yung uunahin mo, no? So, syempre yung objective natin dyan is yung profit or loss na yan, we will break it down, to the partners. Okay? Para malaman yung ano yung SINI, share in net income ng partners, or kung loss yan, share in the net loss. Okay? So yun yung una na hahanapin mo sa problem. Either given yan or kailangan mong i-compute. Okay? Ngayon, next na titingnan natin yung details about bonus, interest, salaries. I-apply mo yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. And pag silent ang problem, no? Ang bonus, interest, and salaries ay distributed in any order. In any order, and again, pag silent, as you have mentioned, okay, hindi sila expense because nagbibigay lang tayo ng bonus, interest, and salaries para lang ma-recognize natin lahat ng effort, lahat ng mga bagay na dinala ng partner sa partnership. Okay? So sir, pwede bang unahin ko interest? Yes. Pwede bang unahin ko salaries? Yes. Pwede bang bonus unahin ko? Yes. Sir, pwede bang balance or residual ilagay ko sa taas? Pwede rin. Kahit ilagay mo sa taas yung balance or residual, yun nga lang, yan yung last na mako-compute mo. Okay? Okay lang ilagay sa taas, pero last pa rin na mako-compute yan. So, bali yung sequence dyan is, ilagay mo yung profit, i-fill in mo yung bonus, interest, salaries, and then, okay, i-compute natin magkano yung balance, and yung balance, otherwise known as residual, okay? Kung positive yung balance, so nakita mo to, pag positive yung balance, you will use the profit sharing ratio. Pag negative yung balance, you will use the loss sharing ratio. Maliwanag yun, ha? Most of the problem kasi, P&L ratio. Eh, regardless kung positive or negative yung lumalabas dito, okay, ginagamit natin yung P&L ratio. However, just in case lang, magkaiba yung profit or loss sharing, yung gagamitin natin dito is if positive, profit sharing, if negative, loss sharing. Okay, pakitandaan po yun. Kasi kadalasan yung thinking ng students, pag net income, profit sharing ang gagamitin. Pag loss dito, loss sharing. No. Yung kung merong bonus, interest, and salaries, yung tinutukoy ng profit sharing or loss sharing is in the balance or in the residual. Okay? So, most of the problem, ito po yung sinusunod natin na template. Except yung may mga special scenarios, no? Okay, and this template is useful for constructive or reconstructive problem. When you say constructive or work forward, yun yung normal. Meron kang net income, break it down. You. Okay? So parang ito yung pinakauna na aalamin natin tapos i-check natin magkano ito. Pag sinabi namang reconstructive workback, possible na may mga given na items dito, okay? And i-work back naman natin yung P&L. So normally ganun yung reconstructive. Nga lang, syempre, may konting consideration tayo kung reconstructive yan, pero makikita natin yan sa mga future problems natin. Okay? And by the way, no, pag silent yung problem as to yung P or L, pag silent yung problem natin as to yung P or L, this is before silent yung problem, no? Sa profit or loss. This is before bonus, interest, and salaries. Okay? Kasi nga, sabi nga natin, pag silent ang problem, ang net income after all expenses. Okay? After all expenses. Eh, di ba, pag partnership, kung bonus, interest, or salaries to partner, anong assumption? Hindi sila expense. So, kung hindi sila expense, yung binigay sa atin na profit or loss, okay, bago pa ibawas yung bonus, interest, and salaries. Kaya kung ito ay before bonus, interest, and salaries and not an expense po yung BIS, ibig sabihin, you will expect that you will put in the table yung tatlong items na yan, mga BES. Okay? So mga BES, yung BIS, ilalagay natin dito pag not an expense. Kasi, yung template naman natin, pag yung BIS ay expense, okay? Anong ibig sabihin nun? Bonus, interest, salary sa expense? Ibig sabihin nun, okay, yung profit or loss ay after. After BIS. So kung may binigay sa yung net income, that is already after the bonus, interest, and salaries to partner. Kaya, yung gagawin mo lang, okay, kung after bonus, interest, and salaries pala yan, yung net income na yan, edi yung pag-uusapan mo lang is yung, okay, residual balance, no? Or parang i-multiply mo na lang yan sa P&L ratio nila. Okay, so ganun yung scenario po, no? So sir, anong mas maraming scenario sa dalawang ito? Ito bang nasa taas or ito bang nasa baba? Eh, obviously, yung nasa taas, no? So ito yung mas common, okay? So ilagay ko na lang, lagyan natin ng demarcation line. So dito sa saan mas marami? Dito sa South Korea. Okay? So ito yung mas maraming scenario, ha. Kaya lang, okay, huwag kayong umasa na ito lagi kasi baka masyadong magaling yung examiner natin, eh. Ito yung ibigay sa atin, di ba? Baka sabihin, oh, itanong ko na lang yung hindi common. Tapos ito pala yung itatanong. Okay? Kaya mag-ingat, ha. So again, pag silent, BIS not an expense unless otherwise stated, okay, by the problem. Okay? So with that, let's now apply yung template natin sa mga problems natin.